Good afternoon, my lovely followers. It's your queen, Tara. I know this video is not on my new schedule where I had started uploading only on Friday. But since I was rudely interrupted last time, I decided to give you guys a bonus video to make up for that. I apologize for the interruptions last time. I was just as upset about that as you are. I was doing really good. I was making a good video, and then someone else just decided to come down here and, interrupt me. So, yeah. Not a good day. Hopefully that doesn't happen again in the future. Although I can't guarantee that it won't, unfortunately. But anyway, when that does happen, I will try and give you guys a bonus video. Give my lovely followers a bonus video. So here we are, and I think I'm going to take a break from talking about politics for this video. I will briefly say that the situation in Iran is, still ongoing. And it's kind of hard to tell what in the world is happening because you're getting conflicting reports from both sides. The only thing I know for sure is that I do not trust anything that comes out of Washington. That's really the only thing I know for certain at this point. Other than that, I'm not sure. So I think we're going to discuss something else, though, today. Honestly, I'm kind of over politics. Today I wanted to discuss TV shows. What gave me the idea for this video was this morning I was watching Invincible. I was watching the latest episode of Invincible. And it hit me, I should do a video about my favorite TV shows. And this video might have to be broken up into more than one part because obviously there are a metric crap ton of great TV series out there, some of which I have yet to even watch. There's a lot of them, so if I were to cover every TV show I've ever watched ever, that'd be quite a long video, obviously. But I think today I just want to kind of just discuss some TV shows. Some of my favorite TV shows. I've watched all kinds of genres of TV shows. I've watched horror, I've watched superhero stuff like Invincible. I've watched post-apocalyptic stuff like Walking Dead and Fallout. So I have quite a few things that I've watched that we can talk about today. I also have some older series that I vaguely remember watching when I was a kid. I don't know if my lovely followers are familiar with a Civil War series called The Blue and the Gray. I think that was a TV show. I think that might have been what it was called. But it was this old TV show set during the Civil War. And I thought it was really phenomenal. I vaguely remember watching that and enjoying that. I don't remember everything that happened in it because I was 10 years old when I watched it. But I do vaguely remember watching that series. That's not my favorite or anything. It's one of the first ones that came to mind at the start of this video. It's kind of hard to name my favorite. I have a bunch. And that's really hard to name my favorite show of all time. Because there's just so many contenders. There's so many shows that I've watched. There's Star Wars Clone Wars. That was really phenomenal. I remember watching that when I was a kid. That was super phenomenal. And there was other shows. I don't think I watched the other shows as religiously as I watched Clone Wars. But there was Fairly Odd Parents, iCarly. The typical early 2000s childhood stuff. I watched a lot of those. early to mid 2000s childhood stuff. And then there's also other things like the more recent stuff, like The Boys. I love The Boys on Amazon. That's really a phenomenal series with Homelander and all the rest. That is iconic, and it's one of my favorites. Another series that I've already mentioned is Invincible. That's another one that's kind of closely related to The Boys, because it's also a superhero show. That one is also really phenomenal, and it was made by the same guy that made Walking Dead. So it's really great. And speaking of Walking Dead, that's another good show, like the original series. No, not the spin-offs were decent too, but like I'm talking specifically about the original series, not Fear the Walking Dead or any of the spin-offs. I'm talking about the original OG Walking Dead. And that was a decent show too. I really like that one. That was a really good show. Oh, and another favorite is Scooby-Doo. That's another one that I watched as a kid. The original old Scooby-Doo. Not so much, I did watch some of the newer ones, but I'm specifically referring to the original, like, 60s, 70s Scooby-Doo. The original, the oldie goldies. That's the ones I'm referring to. And I've watched some horror series. I have watched The Shining. There was a series about The Shining that I feel personally like the Shining series was much better than the Stanley Kubrick film. I'm not saying that the Stanley Kubrick film isn't good, but I personally feel that the series, and I can't quite remember who filmed it. It was a series that was made quite a while back in like the 70s, I think. And I have it on DVD, and that's a really great series. I feel like that's much closer to the book than this Kubrick film. Not that the Kubrick film is bad, but we'll have to discuss that in another video. I'm going to make a separate video about movies. Because I feel like movies deserve a separate video, you know? And I may not cover every show that I've ever watched in the history of ever, because I've watched a lot. And I might have forgotten some of them. A more obscure, like, horror-related show is, like, one from Animal Planet. And that may surprise people. They may not know that Animal Planet did a horror series called Lost Tapes. And that was very interesting. Specifically, the one that my personal favorite is the Strigoi vampire episode. That one was really great. Like, I was once super obsessed with vampires. And that was a really great series. Really great, really phenomenal. The Lost Tapes, because it was very unique, especially when I watched it like a while back, and they were just really good. They were like found footage, and they almost seemed real. Like, I'm pretty sure if I had been a little bit younger, I probably would have thought they were real. That Lost Tapes had this found footage style thing that seemed like it could be real. Especially if you, like, don't know yet. Especially if you're younger, you'd think it was real. What's another series that I really liked? Eyewitness. You know, let's talk about Eyewitness, and just the intro alone of Eyewitness is iconic. I'm talking about the Eyewitness things. I don't know how many of my lovely followers are familiar, but if you have not seen Eyewitness, the books like you had in school, or like the Eyewitness books, well, they have a movie / show about that. I don't think I ever saw it on TV, but I did have VHS copies of a few episodes of Eyewitness. I had the shark episode and the dinosaur episode narrated by Charlie Sheen. That's another thing. Eyewitness is narrated by Charlie Sheen. Like, the American version is narrated by the same guy who plays the elusive man in Mass Effect. Like, it's really nice. Eyewitness is like one of those childhood classics. Like, if I ever have kids, they are so watching Eyewitness. Because it's classic, and it has Charlie Sheen. The American, how can you not like that? Is this narrated by the elusive man? As a Mass Effect fan, how can you not like that? It's like, yeah. And the theme song is iconic. It's in a league of its own. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. The intro, you have to go watch the intro. If you watch nothing else from Eyewitness, go watch the intro. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Like, it's iconic. Eyewitness is iconic. I feel like they were early pioneers of liminal spaces, honestly. Like, the intro, it just gives me strong liminal space vibes. Anyway, I'm just discussing, like, Eyewitness was a huge part of my childhood. I loved it. Like, when I was little, when I was, like, really little, a little girl, like, I loved the dinosaurs episodes and the shark episodes. Those are the ones I owned. Like, I rented a few. Like, I rented the dog episode a few times. Oh, I also have the Arctic episode, like, but I have that on DVD. Like, I got that on a trip to the zoo when I was a kid. When I was slightly older, like, I got the Arctic version. So that's the one I still have somewhere buried in my DVD collection. I have the Antarctic one. I wish I had them all on DVD, but I don't have that kind of money. What else did I want to discuss? I think I've discussed most of the shows that I really like. Eyewitness was up there. It was one of my favorites from my early days. It's just so iconic. And another Animal Planet show, like The Most Extreme. We're just going to talk about all the Animal Planet shows real quick. Crocodile Hunter, Jeff Carwin, The Most Extreme. I watched all those. I like them. Like, Jeff Carwin had that one. I don't know if that was a show or a movie, but it was about monsters. And he got grabbed by a giant squid at the end of it. That was a really good one. There's lots of shows that I would like to watch. Oh, Hell on Wheels. I totally forgot to mention Hell on Wheels. That's another AMC show. I already mentioned Walking Dead, that I liked that one, but I also have seen Hell on Wheels and Into the Badlands. Those are two really phenomenal shows from AMC. Oh, and Nosferatu. That's another one. I keep forgetting things. Like, as I talk more and more, like, I remember stuff that I watched that I totally forgot about. And again, I don't think I'm going to cover every show I've ever watched, because that would be super long, and I probably don't even remember them all. And this video is kind of rambly, because I'm kind of just like, whatever pops into my head that I remember, we're going to talk about. Like, this video is running a bit longer than I'd planned, because it's just such a beautiful, comfortable day today. I decided to give you guys a nice bonus video to make up for not saying bye last time. It was kind of impromptu, you know, it was kind of just like spur of the moment. You know what, this is too good of a day to pass up. I'm gonna give them a good video today. I don't know when this will be uploaded. It might be today or it might be tomorrow. I don't know. I'll try to upload it before Friday, because I do plan on giving you, my lovely followers, a video on Friday. I'm not sure what we'll talk about, honestly. Maybe I'll do movies, because I've already done a video about video games. This is going to be the video about TV series that I've watched that I like, where I discuss TV series. And maybe next time I'll either do movies or music. I don't know. Let me know in the comments which one you guys prefer, like movies or music, because I plan on doing both eventually. But anyway, I think I've covered, let me think of a few other early childhood shows that I want to, like, give an honorable mention to before I end the video. SpongeBob SquarePants, Danny Phantom, Wild Thornberries, Sam and Cat, Jimmy Neutron. I think that's it. I think that's all of them. There's probably others, and if I forget any, I apologize. I apologize if I forget any series, because I'm trying to remember everything I like. And I've watched quite a few, as most people have. And this is just me discussing stuff that I watched. I have seen some episodes of Dukes of Hazzard. I wasn't like a particularly avid fan. I watched them when I was little, but I kind of lost interest in it. I've also seen some episodes of Andy Griffith, which that was mostly because my grandparents were obsessed with the old-timey TV shows. Like, I wasn't the biggest fan. I was kind of bored with it. Not that I don't enjoy some episodes. There were a few episodes that I enjoyed, like the Haunted House episode. I did enjoy that one. But for the most part, I found it to be boring when I was a kid, which, to be expected, I found it to be pretty boring. I'm not dissing the Andy Griffith Show or oldies. If you like that, that's wonderful. You do you. I'm just saying that as a teenager, like, I didn't have the patience to actually really enjoy that yet. And also another couple other oldie goldies, like the Waltons and Lone Ranger and Long John Silver. I got Long John Silver. Most people probably have never heard of Long John Silver. That's a really old one. And I didn't really watch it routinely. I just vaguely remember having a DVD of it for some reason. Of Long John Silver. Alright, I think that's everything. I think I've covered most things. Oh, there were hunting shows. I also have watched the occasional hunting show. I don't remember which one, but it was like a hunting show that I did watch. I do have a slight interest in hunting shows. And I don't know if you guys have ever, my followers have ever looked up, I know I'm rambling this video just about random stuff, but like, there are videos where people show off their trophy lodges, hunters. And I kind of have mixed feelings. Like, I do appreciate taxidermy. I do appreciate those trophies. But, like, I do kind of feel bad if they shoot, like, endangered animals. If they hunt endangered animals, I do kind of feel like that's kind of a crappy thing to do. Don't get me wrong. I like looking at trophy rooms. There's, like, these YouTube videos, which I know that's not a TV series, but it kind of ties into the TV series. To where you have these YouTube videos where people show off their trophy rooms of the taxidermied animals they hunted. And I like that, but I also feel kind of bad, especially when they have, like, rarer stuff, like big cats and stuff. Lions and whatnot. Like, I kind of feel like that's kind of a crappy thing to do, to go to other countries and shoot a lion, you know? For some rich guy to go hunt this endangered animal. Like, the only way I feel like that's justified is if it's a man-eater. That's the only way I feel like that's justified. To go to some other country and hunt some endangered animal. Anyway, I feel like I need to bring this to an end. There's probably stuff I've forgotten, but this is the bulk of the shows that I like. You know, I made a video a while back about video games, and I also made one about creepypastas back in October of last year. So today I decided we would discuss TV shows. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Thank you for your support, especially if you watch till the end of this video. Please like and subscribe and all that streamer stuff. Thank you for your support, and we're off.